it's very, very important to not give up, man, to not quit, to not fold under pressure. You know what I'm saying? When you don't fold under pressure, of course, you're not gonna likely fold under pressure or quit a certain job or task, whatever it may be. When you feel motivated, when you feel 100%, you know what I'm saying? Everything going right, everything going your way. You know what I'm saying? It's just easier to just go at it when that's happening. But of course, in reality, it's not always going to be like that. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to have every single day to where it's like that, to where it's just 100%. You know, sometimes it's going to be at 95, 85, middle, or down to 0 to 30%. You know what I'm saying? It's just random. And certain things may get in your way, you know. Certain things just may halt you from performing at the 100%. You know what I'm saying? And that's why it's very, very important to not give in to these feelings, to these circumstances, or these problems at all. Because you actually never know how much you can squeeze out. You never really know how much you can get. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's so important to walk by faith and not by sight, because you really just don't know. You really don't know until you actually just keep trusting the process, keep trusting in God, and actually, fighting it out. Then you actually see, the fruits of your labor, right? But I wanted to talk about this video because I had an exhausting day yesterday. It's like 12 a.m. right now, about to be 1. And yesterday, I was very tired, man. I was very, very fatigued. You know what I'm saying? I'm moving way slower than usual, when working at my job, because my job is particularly fast paced. You know what I'm saying? I make food at fast speed, you know what I'm saying? Preparation, right? It's basically my job. So I'm making this junk, trying to make it at fast speed, but I'm so fatigued, you know, so tired, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not even like, well, I lack sleep or whatever. It's just, I'm tired, like, mentally. You know what I'm saying? I'm just exhausted. You know what I'm saying? I'm not necessarily feeling it like I would usually do on other days. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, I was weak. I was slow. I was tired. I was drained. And I felt like, underperforming. It was a thought. It was a thought within me that just made me feel like underperforming, right? Like, I just wanted to underperform on my job, on my task. But of course, I fought against that. You know what I'm saying? Because I was reading scripture on my break, meditating and stuff about 1 Corinthians chapter 13. I was just reading bear and deer and hope and believe and suffer all. You know what I'm saying? In chapter 13 in 1 Corinthians, don't remember the exact scripture, but it's somewhere in there. And I was barren, man. I was endearing, right? And instead of me, giving in to these intrusive thoughts and, underperforming, I was still able to actually perform better than usual. You know what I'm saying? Because I simply didn't give up. Things was working in my favor. Things, was working out. You know what I'm saying? Even though I had all these thoughts was in my head, like, okay, I can't really do it because I feel like this, I feel like that. You know what I'm saying? So basically the message is don't fold because something's going off or something, going wrong, or it's not as it seems to be, you know. You never actually know. You really just have to keep going. You really just have to keep fighting the fight, you know what I'm saying? And the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. But when you get weak, that's when you can actually become very, very strong. You know what I'm saying? From like I said earlier with the analogy of, when everything's going easy, when everything's going right, when everything's going smooth sailing, then it's like, okay, you're in a more comfortable state. But when you're in a state of when it's uncomfortable, the circumstance not seem too perfect too well, everything's not really aligning from what it looks like, you know, then that's when the faith comes in, you know. That's when the daring and bearing comes in, and then you get the results, you get the fruit, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people, man, you know, in certain situations and circumstances, you know, they get stressed out, they get worried, and that can, you know, affect them negatively in the inside. That can steal your peace away, right? And when you're operating out of that emotion, you're not able to think more logically either. And that can mess up things, you know what I'm saying? They can mess up what you got to do, you know what I'm saying? What you got going on, right? But that's why it's very, very important to endure and to bear, you know, and to keep moving forward. Because, like I said, when you're in a weak state, you know, and you keep going, that's when you're actually in your strongest state. And when you get time to recover, to rebuild, when God, you know, gives you rest, when Jesus gives you rest, you know, for those who are heavy burdened, who are heavy laden, you're going to get back way better. You're going to come back way stronger than before, you know. It's no different than working out your physicality, your physical body. You know what I'm saying? Like God, he kind of does it in the same way with, you know, the spiritual aspect, you know. And sometimes God can push you in certain situations that's difficult just so you can grow stronger, so you can be better, so you can be able to handle the next level or the next blessing or next door that God may have in store for you, you know what I'm saying? To gain a set of skills, right? You know what I'm saying? But that's about it for today's video though. On enduring, bearing, you know, suffering, man, and keeping going, you know what I'm saying? Just keep it going. Because you never know, right? And then that same day too, when I felt like giving up on my job, like not giving up, but, you know, underperforming. That's what I should say. Underperforming. You know what I'm saying? The manager came in, she was checking. Then she was like, you got that junk stocked up? And I was like, yeah, we got that junk stocked up. Racks on racks on racks. You know what I'm saying? And I felt the spirit. And she was happy. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, okay. Like imagine if, you know, I underperformed, right? That was a little bad on my part. You know what I'm saying? So that's why it's very important to walk by faith, not by sight, right? And to just keep going, you know what I'm saying? And pray it out with God, you know what I'm saying? Let God know. Use God as a way to ease the weight, right? Use Christ, you know what I'm saying? When it comes to situations that may come at hand or circumstances and stuff like that too, you know what I'm saying? Because that's what I did. I went to scripture, you know what I'm saying? I went to the Bible app on my phone when I was in the break room. So, yeah, that's about it for today's video, guys. God's good, all good, understood, you feel me? And I'm out.